Check, check. Testing, testing. Hey, everybody. Welcome to part two of this threat assessment that I started a couple days ago looking at Shimr, my ice cold controller, who is one of my DEF CON characters. And we're running these 801 missions from the archetype, the Architect Entertainment AE building, aka the farming location. But anyway, we're going to pick this up where I left off at the last video. And just as an FYI reminder, we're testing this particular character's ability to support a team. She's the only support classic style archetype on the squad of five, and we're running these AE missions until there's a team wipe. And these 801s are designed for Incarnate level of challenge. So everybody on the team is level 50. Everybody on the team is Incarnate and IO'd and all that fun stuff. And so we're going to see what she can do helping the squad. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this up. And decided, like an idiot, hey, why not live stream this too? Because you guys probably want to hear me cursing in all my bloopers. Let me go ahead and swap this over to the full screen mode so you can see what I see. Here we go. All right, so last episode, last video, we did part one, and that was a couple of missions from the AE, and you can see what I'm doing here. I'm searching the AE terminal, and part one, I ran an 801.1 and an 801.2, and these would be looking at Linnea's, who is the creator of most of these, their little guide to them, which I posted in the link to this video and last video as well. 801 ones would be, I guess, easy mode, so soloable type of thing if you're an Incarnate. 801 twos are your standard type of challenge. And then what we're going to do is pick this up with the next mission, which is an 801.3. So that's what you see me searching for here. And when I do that, you can see the list of 801.3s that would be the standard level of difficulty. And the idea from what I was reading is that Linnea was making these custom built archetype entertainment AE missions, these 801s, to challenge Incarnate level players. So if you're ever running, level 54 times 8, you're running radios, tips, papers, and it just doesn't seem to really do much for you. This is what these were designed to do with your Incarnate character. So this is where this video picks up here with the 801.3. And then what you'll see happen is at the end of this, we've just run these three in a row. And from what I could tell, there really wasn't much difference in the challenge. The difficulty really only came from the positioning of the mobs on the map. So at the end of this one, which is a fairly short mission, relatively speaking, because these things were going pretty long overall. Like this one was, I forget, like 20 minutes. This one was like 35, 40 minutes, I forget. So we've been already running about an hour's worth. And before this, I had run the first mission from the Midnighter arc at 54 times 8, just as kind of a warm up. And that was like, I don't know, 15 minutes or something like that. So, we've been running over an hour at this point. So we're getting into these Incarnate challenges. And the idea is basically to kill the team. And just make it harder and harder. So I was thinking I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., thinking they're going to get harder and harder. But it wasn't a huge increase between each step here. These were kind of about the same level of difficulty. The enemy groups seemed to be relatively the same. So it really wasn't, challenging enough. So the second mission of part two here, I'm going to jump right up to the 0.5s. And if you look at Linnea's list there, 801.4, 801.5 is stepping up to the next tier of difficulty or so. So this was a much more challenging, much more involved mission. And spoiler, this is where this video ends because there is going to be a team wipe during this one. But at this point, I think we've had a total of 3 deaths. I think I died once. I'm pretty sure Safe Word died once. Gamma Lock died once. Primordius once, maybe twice. And I don't think Mightless had died at all at this point. So we're doing pretty good. And, the team's kind of feeling pretty good about itself. Like, hey, these aren't as challenging as Dark was saying or we've been reading about. This is kind of a ha-ha laugh. So that's why I kick it up a notch, as Emerald would say. And the rest is what we're going to watch here. So let me go ahead and get us going again. And if this is the first one of these you see or seen, this is my ice controller here, Shimr. Then our team has Mightless, Climax, I think was Spines, Energy, if I remember. If not, go back and look at the part 1 of this video when I go over everybody's powers. Gamma Lock is Electric Control, and forgetting their secondary there. Safe Word was Gravity, and then Primordius was a Stone and Fire tank. So that was our crew. We have lots of controls, you can see. We have a primary tank. We have our secondary kind of hitter here with our scrapper, and I'm the lone supporter. I'm providing support from cold domination. So the big thing about this, as far as buffs go, I'm giving them 3 possible shields. So you got 2 main shields that offer a combination of defense and damage resistance. And then your third shield is max HP, I think it is, and some toxic resistance. That's Frostworks. So you pretty much hit them with these. You also stay close to the team because you have an aura, Arctic Fog. Arctic Fog has some defense. It has some damage resistance as well, so it's kind of like a shield. So this is pretty much your buffing, setup, and then the rest is debuffs, and then you have your controls. So that's what's going on. That's what's happening, and I'm about to queue up this next mission. So let's see. I think I picked the first one here. Now we're getting serious. Let's just take the first one, right? Or the one that has the fewest. Short. Let's do this one. Minecraft porn. Shit. Let's do the first one. All right. We're taking it to level 3. Like the Squid Game. Up in here. And I do have the stream chat open, but I'm not currently able to I don't have a third monitor, guys, so I'm kind of popping back and forth. So if you are messaging me and I don't reply right away, it's not because I don't like you. And then we started the 801s.1. So I'm just rehashing what's going on. A couple people wanted to go do a little AFK break. Jump ahead here. I'm just selling some crap. Getting this thing worked up. Go. All right, so here we go. Now, one thing I did notice is that in the list of the 801s, there are some what appear to be like code at first, like there's 801, 3, whatever. But there are some letter codes, and it just dawned on me that the letter codes are indicating the type of map, warehouse, sewer, etc. So this one I think was WRHS. I didn't click to me at the time, but that was, hey, that's the warehouse. So that's or office, OFFC or whatever. So this one is an office map. So if you are looking for particular maps, that's another thing you can kind of trigger or decide. I didn't know much of this as we ran this a few days ago. I've since this run looked into it a little bit more, so I have a little bit more knowledge as to how I would set this up moving forward, a little more logical than just kind of click this one on the list. So we are getting in here. It's an office, and this is the level 3. Buff it up. shields. Now, I was purposely not shielding outside of the map just because I didn't want to kind of be cheesy. Sort of cheat it by like double shielding, although I think the Architect doesn't allow you to double stack anymore. But we had a whole bunch of control on the squad, and it was a lot of variable control, so we pretty much could cover anything we wanted. And I mentioned in part one that one of our
There hasn't been any AVs on these yet.
huge advantages was
I'm surprised.
confusion, and that's coming from Gamma Lock. And I also just was mentioning that, hey, there's no AVs yet, and I was thinking, oh, there's AVs from the get-go, but again, in hindsight, now that I've read up on it some more, the AVs don't kick in until about the tier 3 difficulty, which is, I think, when you get to 8016 or something like that, 8017. And I'm using my buff and go strategy. Just I'm not going to call for gathering for buffs. I'm just kind of moving and going.
Engaged.
And you'll notice Primordius is using a lot more LOS breaking, corner pulling in this. You know, the first couple missions, he was more freewheeling, kind of playing sort of your standard tank and spank kind of role. Just dive in there. But that was getting a little hairy at times, and now he's using a little more strategic. Break the line of sight, bring the enemies in, and let us punish them. Now, the big difference between this sort of run and what I've been doing previously in the DEF CONs, I was not allowing other players to use their Incarnates. But this go, I'm like, hey, everything's on the table. Use all your powers.
Oh, dude, don't get out of my line of sight. You're doomed.
Yeah, I don't like this room as a supporter. So you've got that problem with your line of sight being broken. You know, you've got this narrow little doorway, and I talked about this in that last video as well. So if your teammates are going in here, I can't see you, and I'm not going in there. It's just too much. There's guys everywhere in here, right? They're all over the place. So as a squishy, I don't want to be in there getting wrecked from all sides and AoEs hit me. So I like to hang outside and use my powers through the door. It's not so bad with this cold domination because I can pre-buff, but I can focus and just drop everything here. So something I'll like to do is, even if I'm playing a tank, I'll often just kind of stand at that doorway, taunt, and then just duck over here, depending on who my teammates are. And then as guys are coming out to get me, we're just dropping bombs at this doorway and nothing can escape, right? You throw your rains of fire and stuff like that in there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just dropping stuff in this room, shredding whatever is in there. And if anything still is alive after a minute or so, then I can poke my head in there more. But for the most part, I'm going to hang out. Don't want to risk it. Again, I've loaded. They got a shadow field. They just got held again. Right there, you see the seneschals being held next to me. So there's this shadow field. We're all in there. That's not us. That's them. So the enemies, these 801s, have a lot of controls. They get a lot of debuffs. And so if you're playing that typical, you know, radio paper mission style, I'll just stand here and unload and stuff, you're going to get wrecked. Because they've got a lot of controls, debuffs that can mess you up. Even if you're not, like, right there in the fight.
Alright, the real test is at some point I stop shielding them.
JK. I did stop shielding you guys. Now, I mean, Primordius is probably running at cap level of shields, resists, defenses between the stuff I'm giving him, between his own stone armor stuff. You've got somebody had at least one person had barrier going. You can see the barriers on everybody, so he's probably capped. So if you see him taking damage, you see Mightless taking damage. That's real stuff. They're punching through our our layers here, the enemies. Now I can see the Dommies taking hits and me taking hits because we're not as tough as they are. Oh, and a lot of these missions, just in case you're like, oh, we're going to speed run these types of things, they're not designed that way. A lot of them are, you got to defeat X number of bosses or whatever it is, and usually they're EBs or AVs, and there's more than one. So you can't just, run around the map, kill the one dude, and be done with it. You have to pretty much kill all. If not, you have to kill all to get these done. So skipping floors, skipping mobs, hopscotching around, the typical crap that you see people doing in the game, it doesn't fly. It just, drags this crap out more and more. Right, go ahead, fire that up again. And overall, this mission was pretty easy. I mean, what you're seeing is what you're going to get for most of it here. We're just moving as a unit. Our tank is gathering up. And then the rest of us are trailing and dropping bombs on them. Yeah, I just saw Lawson's in the house. Mindless climax. Yeah, I called you on what was it, mindless climax at one point. I thought that was amusing. It's on the adult film production.
I know some of these have a lot of ambushes, so that.
And a bunch of times I was thinking, oh, it was endless might. It's giving me flashbacks from that stalker video I did with the brute that was getting just pummeled.
Uh-oh.
Yep, bam, right there. Check that shit out. Like, this is how easy you go down with these enemies here. Right, and reminds me of the other death I had, so I, back this up. So we come upstairs. We've had no problem so far, right? We're pretty much steamrolling these fools. Shielding again as I go. Following the tank. All right, where's he going? Let me buff him a little bit. Let me drop my pain. These guys turn on me. Zap. Zap. Done. Now, I don't know what happened there. Like, Primordus is up there, so I'm assuming he's got aggro control, right? He might have hit his cap. I don't know. He's right there. He just ran by these guys. You see them all looking at him. So I'm assuming he's got it held down. That was my assumption. So I'm like, okay, let me start throwing some paint. Now, what I don't know happened is where's the other crew? I did see Mindless went around that way, and he's attacking from the other side, which is fine. I don't know what happened to the two Dommies, if they're behind me or they went that way too. This may be part of my problem, because maybe everybody else, 3 other people went this way. Our tank is here, and this is just me by myself. And so anybody that doesn't catch the aggro attention here of our tank is going to turn and start shooting me. And that's pretty much what I see happen. Okay, he's shooting 2, 3, 4 guys. I get shot like 4 times. All right, there is Gamma. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, they just right. Looked like we had it under control.
Let me wakey.
Pop, pop, pop. I was dead. I don't have awesome, overwhelming defenses. You guys see what I've got up here. Those are my top stats. Damage resistance to elemental stuff. I got some defense too, but it's not, overpowering.
I should have waited till there's more aggro being held.
So, Lawson, what did you change the name of your character just for that? That's funny.
Man, they're lucky I'm not playing Grav because I swear Wednesday I'd be dragging shit from over there and up here, down there. I'd be going sick. You're playing conservative tonight.
Yeah, I was so jealous of Wednesday with Gravity because I'm like looking at this target-rich environment. And I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna wormhole that group, wormhole this group.
That or I play super aggressive with Grav.
And I think I haven't seen Wednesday play Gravity a bunch. I don't know how she normally plays it, or maybe just didn't have all the recharge up. But I was like, F it, drag and drop stuff. Again, I'm getting freaking hit by stray bullets. So most of these engagements are kind of being routine for me. Coming in, drop some patches, something like that, some debuff, some damage, reshield if necessary, throw some control, single target somebody who's, EB or whatever. And I've got my main four single target things in a row, right? I've got my hold, my immobilize, my telekinetic projectile there, and then I've got my procced and frigidate. I think I got like 2, 3 damage procs in there. So once I get down to single targets, I just start zooming in on those. One thing I don't think I used enough was Benumb. So something else I want to try to watch for. It is a powerful debuff.
Group of mobs. I know there were other ones which were more variable. Maybe it's the higher level stuff. Don't know. I'm not familiar enough with these.
See, I mean, this is relatively easy, so we're all like, meh, what's up with this mission? 8013. This seems the easiest of the bunch. Now, maybe we're just playing smarter. Yeah, somebody just mentioned that it's gotten easier.
Yeah.
And this is why, again, when I redo this, which I want to do, and I want to try to get these same crew together, is because I didn't get the chat log recorded correctly. Again, I don't know what happened with that, but it's kind of maybe fortunate that I did because I think these first three missions are so
Maybe they
redundant that it's kind of purpose or pointless. I'd rather
security.
step these up faster. So instead of these first three, 1, 2, 3, maybe just do one of them because I kind of feel they're all lumped in the same category. There may be a little bit more frequency of debuffs and controls, I think, is what's happening as you level these up. But the enemy groups are relatively the same thing. So I think I'm going to do is lump these together. Ooh, we got a little noob trap coming up. So anyway, I'm going to lump these together, I think. And I was messaging the folks best of worst crew about this is a tier 1 grouping of 801 1, 801 2, and 801 3 as one group, and do just one of these, like a random selection of a map. And then the tier 2 is going to be your next jump up, and this is the one where this video ultimately ends. But 801 4, 5, and 6. Something like that is my loose idea. These would be tier 2s. And if we get past that one, then kick it up to tier 3s, which are going to be your 7s, 8s, and 9s. And then if you get past that, then you get up into the A through F grouping. That's going to be your tier 4. So this is kind of ultimately what I think the test is going to be. One of these, one of these, one of these, one of these, and then start to progress down this list, starting with A until the team gets wiped. I think that's the way to challenge the crew and challenge to see which of these support archetypes, which of these support sets is going to keep the team moving and alive the longest. And these missions are much more challenging than, again, the standard, 54 8s you're going to run out there. So I think that'll be a good way to see if any of that buffing strength difference that you see with the defender makes a difference at this much higher difficulty. All right, noob trap. Let's see what happens.
Get in there. Get in there, Butch.
Buffing up again. Where's the rest of the crew? I don't know, but Primordius is going up there. Primordius is taking hits. All right, so the noob trap, in case you don't know, for all you noobs out there, when you come up that hallway, you see what we saw. We saw a couple doors, but there's no one visible, usually. So a lot of people just say, oh, well, there's nothing here, and they go right and they turn the corner. Now, around the corner, there's a group sitting here. Maybe a second group if there's another door and a group inside of there. Possibly this depends on the map. Then the secret is there's another group right here. So if you come around the corner and you don't see anybody here and you just whoosh, go around here, you aggro these guys usually because somebody usually parks here, typically a squishy, a blaster or something like that, or controller, and you're back here, shooting your stuff this way while your beef is up here in the middle of it, and all of a sudden these guys spot you and they start shooting you in the back. And so before the beef knows what's happening, you're dead. Conversely, you might come up here and see somebody poking through this door. Maybe somebody walks in and out, or you see like an arm sticking through the wall. And so your beef is like, ooh, let me get in there and go take this on. And just like you see me talk about a couple times now, as a supporter, I don't like that because it's broken my line of sight on you, my ability to support you. Now, Primordius is standing here in the doorway, so it's a little bit, I can see what he's doing. But if he's dove in, there's nothing I can do unless I also move up right to here to support. And then the problem is I never noticed the group that was back here. They see me, and they start shooting me in the back again. You're dead. Or the beef gets in there too deep. I can't see them, and they get killed before you can do anything about it. So this is your classic noob trap. Usually gets sandwiched between the two groups. So your best bet is to draw them out. Pull them into this hallway. Two sides at once. So a lot of times I might kind of come over here and shoot something. Or taunt them, let's say. Or if there's a guy there that is poking his head out, I can come over here and shoot him or taunt him and maybe just bring this entire room. If you really want to be sneaky, this is also doable. And I thought Primordius was going to do this at first, is go into this side door here. There's a balcony that runs between these two rooms above you. And so you can go up here, get on this balcony, and come down behind these guys and hit them from inside this room. And get them into a squeeze play, because there's a staircase that leads up to that balcony. So you can get them right here. And these guys over here in this hallway will never see you. So different ways to approach it, but if you're newbie and you don't know what the hell you're doing, you don't know this map, you're going to get freaking crunched. All right, so Primordius is stuck. Here it comes. And Sinji is just pulling stuff in. You can see the draw. But now we've got them in a squish place. Look how much control we've laid out on them. They're screwed. Primordius has handled himself in there. I hear sonic debuffs going off. And I don't know if safe word wormhole them out or what. I don't see. There she is. So I don't know if she grabbed them, threw them, or what. But bam. So there was a big group there, and now they're all been pulled in and destroyed. So it ends up working out. Oh yeah, and lost about that last video with the second room. You're right. There was like 3 rooms in a row, starting I think with that big open lab area.
Dude, where are the AVs?
And then we came out and there was the split group on either side, the 2 stairways, and then we went down. There was another trap after trap on that one. You're right. The classic ramp trap one too. I don't know if you died at some point with your scrapper. I just don't remember. I think it was not till the 4th one, obviously. I don't think you died any other time. So I don't know what you were eating that day, but all right. So really, this mission's a piece of cake. No AVs, small-ish indoor map. We're able to kind of get one group at a time. There's minimal noob trap setups. There's minimal aggro you know, accidental aggro pulling. Now, oh, see, this one, I don't like this at all. This totally threw me. Sorry, it's at least the way I do it. You know, hey, whatever, you guys do the way you do it. But the way we did this, I was going, what the hell? All right, so stop here. All right, now, if you've ever seen one of my other threat assessment videos with empathy red, and this was the exact noob trap room here. So you got the big old opening, and I don't think it's over here, but there's usually two groups. There's one over here, and there's one up above because there's a little balcony area up here. And usually what happens is you come around, people engage this group, and then these guys, they don't see them, and they jump down on you. There's also always a group, or usually a group around the corner, and they could be on the ground. Sometimes it might be this group is spread out more, but whatever. There's at least two groups, maybe three groups in here. So again, for me, I usually engage here. I'll pull this crap here so we can set up your kill box right there and just trash them. Right? You can usually just get this group alone, or if you're feeling frisky, let's say wormhole, you grab this group and dump them too. That's the super cool, great advantage of having something like gravity on your team. It just allows you to just reach out and touch someone. But notice what happens. I don't know if Primordus just normally does it this way or not, but he comes in, and maybe because there was no group over here that could have thrown him, and he might have kind of noob trapped it. So he comes in and it just whoosh, snakes around the corner. Now I didn't know where he was because he's way ahead of us, and I had turned my back and I was doing the buff and go. So I'm buffing. I'm like, oh, there's no group here like I would expect. But then I instantly recognize, oh, this is that room. There's a group up here. You can see them. So I kind of hesitate for a second, going, hey, we should take these guys on because they can otherwise jump down and shoot you in the back as you come around the corner. And we don't do that. We just punch in super deep. And I'm like, well, I got to go in here and support because these guys are in on it. But you'll notice I'm panning back where it's like, okay, do they see us yet? The two Dommies are hanging way back, which is dangerous for them because they can be seen over there. Like, look at Safe Word's position. And I don't know if they're seeing this stuff or not. I just go, oh shit, this is bad. Because now I don't hate to have a group behind me like this. So I'm just going to buff, kind of put myself close with my aura shield. And I don't know if Wednesday Safe Word, did you just teleport them from up above? If you did, that would have been skill. I gotta see what happened. Safe Word, did you just wormhole them over there? Alright, so maybe you didn't. There's a bunch of people up here, though. Let's see, is it... Alright, yep, no, so... Alright, so I thought for a second maybe Safe Word, you grabbed this group and dumped them, which would have been slick. I don't want to be in this middle of this. I don't know why I came in here. I was thinking Arctic Air or something.
I don't know what the hell has me immobilized.
Somebody had electric cage, electric fence.
I think they're using the frick is that? Not Darkest Night.
Yeah, somebody I think had Howling Twilight. I heard it go off at some point, but that was the only time I heard it, so. And I don't know, does it even work for NPCs like that? These mobs are very different. So even though they look the same, the way I think Linea did this program or whatever is that they create, and I think it's like 100 different lieutenants or minions or whatever, and each one has like a different combination of powers, if I think is what they do. So this way, when the RNG spawns a group, and let's say 10 minions spawn in the group, it's going to pull from that group of 100 possible, and you'll get a big random assortment. Same thing with the lieutenants, bosses, etc. Then there's smaller and smaller pools of variation. So you don't know. It's like the box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get each time there's a spawn. So they look the same, but they're different powers. Which makes, okay, that's the other thing I want to say. That's what makes this hard too, because, normally if you're fighting an enemy group, Malta, right? Like, hey, who do people go after first? Get the sapper. You're fighting the Sioux. What do you get? The sorcerer, right? You're targeting a specific enemy that is a pain in the ass, and you want to take them out first. The problem with these guys is look at them. They're all generic Joe here, right? They're all very similar looking, right? They got soldier camo, rifles, helmets, right? That's what they all look like. You got the beefier, bossy dudes as well. But, who's who? Who do you target? Who's got what? You have to recognize the effects if you want to specifically target somebody. So that makes this challenging too. And I kind of like that in a sense where I guess that's a little more realistic. Like if you're fighting some crimes, group or whatever in real life, if that was the case, the guy who's the whatever is not going to be dressing super different from everybody else. It's going, oh yeah, I get that guy, right? That's fantasy. So this is kind of interesting because of that, but it also makes it harder because you don't know who should I take out.
So like doing dangerous shit like pulling the bottom.
Yeah. So yeah, Lost, you saw what I did, like that whole just skipping that. Yeah, I don't know if Wednesday did anything because they didn't aggro on when then we went up there. It was like they were just standing there hanging out, which it just surprised me that whole encounter. The one power I was using a lot that it's kind of hard to know if or what it was doing. I was using Snowstorm a lot too. It's my toggle debuff. So a lot of my powers are kind of hidden as far as what they're doing, but she has a lot of minus speed and a lot of minus recharge. So if you haven't seen her build video, this was a huge angle I was playing with this control set. A lot of minus speed, a lot of minus recharge, plus a bunch of other debuffs. But that was the main thing. So you get Snowstorm on these guys. It's hard to quantify, hey, how much did that help the team? But if you add up all the different stuff we were throwing at them, the end drain, the confuse, the slows, the minus speed, the stunning teleports, Sinji chipping in controls, they didn't have a lot that they could do to resist that. Now, I think as you level these up, the enemy groups have more buffing as well as debuff and controls. So it's going to make it more challenging because let's say they've got an empath that's throwing clear mind on people, or they have the bubbles with the meds protection, which I think is what Wednesday ran into a few times. I think it's the next mission, the last one, where there's a lot of just bubblers, and the big bubble shields have mez protection, teleport protection. And honestly, that's really what makes these 801s the challenge. It's not that, oh, there's a guy who can do 1,000 damage. Yeah, that does cause a problem. But it's the enemies have controls, they got debuffs, and they got buffs. And that's what's missing from a lot of your standard content. And this is where, for me, I would love for the homecoming team to actually make that sort of a setting, or that something more used in the game instead of another enemy group or whatever. Just give the current enemies different powers. If you fought the old Freak Show and the new ones, you know what I'm talking about. Like the Super Stunners were an addition later to that faction. They've got electrical control and stuff like that. They res. And that's what really makes them a challenge now. Not, oh, there's a tank doing a whole bunch of damage. All right, so there you go. That was really kind of a downer. So at this point, right, we've been fighting for, let's see, we're an hour and 40 into it. And remember we did the first mission from the Midnighter arc. So we've probably been doing these things for, I don't know, about an hour and 15 minutes or something like that at this point. And we've been kind of steamrolling it. And I think we've had 4 deaths. I think Shimr died twice. I don't think Mightless has had a death yet. And again, Mightless, Lawson, you can comment on that. Gamalok had one, Safeword had one, and I think Primordius had one, maybe two. So really, we've got 4, maybe 5 deaths at this point. You know, pretty much easy. And we're relying really upon just a bunch of defense and resistance. We don't have any healing or whatever. You know, throwing Rebirth out there every now and then, but you know, we're not like going crazy with a bunch of buffs. I have a 50-50 buff set here. So that's what we've got. So at this point, we're like, you know, like this is not challenging enough. We need to kick this up. People are starting to get tired. It's starting to get late. You know, hell, I would love to run these for 4 straight hours, but that's a little bit, you know, much. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? We got to kick this up. Look at the 8014s. There's no 802s. So we end up doing.
All right, we're going 8015. Screw it.
So we just go right up to 8015. And I'm looking for what to pick. Again, I really don't know what's what. There's some different symbols here. I'm guessing W's warehouse, maybe. I don't know. H, what's that? I don't know. K, what's that? I don't know. You know, I'm not sure. So I'm just kind of like glancing through here and selecting ones that look interesting. So in hindsight, this needs to be a little more rigidly determined so that we're kind of more consistent. Because I want to do this, you know, stupid B like 9 other times. So gotta come up with a better plan. So we come up with 8015, skipping the 8014s. Let's just get to it. All right. Either we're gonna get broken or we're not. At this point, we've only had 1 death at a time. You know, not even like a nail biter. So let's see what this does. And mind you, there's, you know, 10 levels of the 801.0 up to 0.9. And then there's another 6, I think. A, B, C, D, E, F.
I don't know.
That is the more uber ones. And I think it's at 0.6, 8016, that the AVs start to appear. Or 8017, something like that. Now this map is one of the newer maps. I think it's like a Praetorian map. Big old warehouse or office building. Modern office building, not the crazy old school ones. Look at this. Look at this shit. Primordius, what are you doing, bro? Let's back this up. Okay, we just got on again. I'm trying to buff. All right, wait for safe word. All right. All right, let me start buffing. 1, 2. Who wants Frostworks? Let me go find my tank. Wait, he's not around. All right, give it to Wednesday. Trying to make sure everybody's buff. Where's Primordius? He's already gone. He's engaging the enemy. Trying to do the corner tanking. He's disintegrating. I'm held. Sleeping. All right, now we got our shit together again. Guys are just pouring out of that hallway. I don't even know what's going on.
Dude, suddenly that went bad real fast.
All right. Good recovery. We're all fine. 1 or 2 groups in here. Got them. Now, I think one thing I'm lucky is that there was a lot of slow being thrown at us in this series. And I'm pretty sure it's Arctic Fog has slow resistance in it. But even so, there's some times I was getting slowed to death. All right, look at this effing room, guys. Let me back this up again. All right, so we come around the corner again. Okay. I am not super familiar with these maps. I've done them a couple times, so I'm kind of newbie about it myself. But I'm just seeing this, like, look at this huge opening, right? And there's just this spread of enemies in front of you. So it's really hard to. These are not like your standard maps, right? Where there's a group all tightly packed here. There's a group all tightly packed here. The newer maps that were added to the game, I think it was with Goldside going rogue. I think this is from around that time. It was much more like this, spread out, wandering kind of mobs. Spoiler, there's also a balcony, like a 360 balcony, I believe, all up above us. So there's gonna be guys up here too. This is like a freaking kill box. If you go in here, like around that tree is, you're gonna get smoked because there's gonna be guys all around you, especially at this level of engagement, right? This isn't like you're fighting a bunch of council guys. These guys have all this control and debuff that's gonna layer and stack, because within a specific, single group, let's say there's, I don't know, there's 12 guys in a standard spawn, and maybe two of them have some debuff control or something like that. Okay, not too bad. You can handle that. But if you then get engaged by multiple groups from multiple sides and they're stacking these, now you've got 8 sets of debuff, 8 sets of control laying on you. And that's why you see at points, your tanks being held, your freaking stone tanks getting held. I'm just standing there and all of a sudden some, dark field or whatever, shadow field is around me and I'm stunned, I'm slowed to death. There's some crazy debuff can really stack hard on you. So you have to be very conscientious about uh, your aggro management. Yeah, so I mean, Lawson, you're commenting about how our endurance drain was super useful dropping the enemy toggles. I wasn't even able to see that from where I was because you saw my position. I'm like in the back, but yeah, I'm sure you being up in the front, seeing toggles dropping. I don't know if they had leadership toggles, their bubble toggles, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this map is just insane. So okay, so Primordius is going again. And I know I sound like I'm picking on Primordius a lot, but I really hate that position he just took. Because you see what it's opening us up to, at least in the back. Primordius is doing what he's thinking is good for a tank. He's coming over here, and he's going to get behind, breaking the line of sight, which is something I've been talking about a lot. But my problem is, if I'm standing back here where I am, look who all can see me, right? And he doesn't have aggro control on him, especially if he's broken LOS. So my only choice is either, well, I stand here anyway, or I dive in deep too. Problem with that is it puts me close to melee then, and I don't want to be in melee, and I don't want to be near my tank where all this crap is dropping on him because I don't have the protection that he does. So I'm trying to hang back as best I can without drawing attention to myself. But then the other issue I have is I have pets that might not agree with me. And let's say Jack decides, hey, I'm going to head over this way. Yeah, I have more control with him. But if I wanted to be a micromanagey pet control person, I'd be playing a mastermind right now. So I'm not. I just want Jack to kind of do his thing and me not have to worry about him. But if he's diving over there, that's a problem. Or if I bring out my lore pets, that's a problem. So this is where I think things start going south in this particular mission. Okay, I'm looking for a place to drop my bomb. All right, there we go. Taking a look to the right. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go in there. Look, there's another group in the deep part. This is a bad place. I don't want to be there. And look at, I'm slowed to death now. And boom, Primordius is dead. Right? So this is why I say, oh, I don't like this position. Now, the other thing that these nasty map builders did is notice again the big wide open hallway. So if you do want to pull, which is sort of your other technique, right? Remember that the more traditional maps always have like that little beam or whatever it is at the doorway, so you can kind of corner pull and bring stuff in and tuck yourself in tight. There is none of that in this freaking map. It's wide open, so you're basically in a shooting gallery down here. So you either can pull and go way back around the corner, or you got to set up like a turtle shell here of protection and keep them off your ass while it's going down. Or you kind of do what Primordius is doing. He's diving in. So I think he's doing the best he can under the circumstances. But all of us are kind of hanging back. I think what happened is he got out ahead of himself too much because, even his scrapper buddy, His melee buddy's sitting back here too, kind of looking at. I can kind of see your speech bubble here, Mightless. I think it says something like, "Oh shit, oh shit, don't go in there." Right? At least that's what I'm thinking. Like, ooh, I don't like this. Maybe we need to. You know what would have worked? I think now in hindsight, think about it. Is why don't we wormhole some of these fools? Like we hang back here, right? Turtle up, and then safe word, wormhole, and drag some fools this way. Boom, dump them into patches. You know, we had the electrical patches, we have the ice patches. We just throw stuff over here. And then your tank is maybe out front here and throw some taunts to keep stuff coming towards you. That I think would be a great strategy, at least for this one. But let's see how this plays out now. All right, so I'm like, I don't want to go over there. I'm trying to support him. But look at all this stuff starting to aggro now. All right, let me drop this shit. He's taking heavy hits. We're all dropping our bomb, and he's dead. All right, I'm like, all right, let me get some more support out here. I'm getting hurt, slowed. I can't move. Guys around me. There's another group in the back there. I don't like that. At this point, it's like, well, I can't do anything. Might as well stand here and fight. All right, but look, you got a group that's back here in this hallway. You have these individuals over here that are shooting. What he was trying to do was get everybody from the center of that room behind this pillar here, right? Break the LOS. Great idea. The problem is these guys are getting aggroed back here as well. And remember, I think there's also groups above us too that might also be part of this. And now we got all these guys coming in, and there's no cover for your background squishies here. There's nothing for us to hide. So anybody coming this way has clean shots at us. And I'm like, I can't really go over here because I'm going to get shot from these guys. So, you know, where do I go? So I think the better option is to bring it to you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's hard to pull. Exactly, Lawson. It's like, this is kind of a no-win. I think you just got to pick your poison and try to minimize, you know, targets and not try to. I think somebody in the last video had kind of put out a critical comment about, you know, tanking and, oh, you know, the art of hurting. This is not the room you're hurting. There's just no way. Because you'd need two supporters, you know, empathy and stuff just healing the shit out of you. Because look how fast Primordius went down. Like here, we'll kind of do a count. All right, there he is. He's got shot once. All right, so it's 43:35 seconds. Hour 43:35 seconds when he gets shot. Maybe he's gonna beat Endless here. Bang. 45. So 10 seconds. So within 10 seconds of being fully shielded up, he's down. Right? So who's going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, you need to go round up the room or herd the room? Good luck. It's not going to happen. Plus all the slowing that's going on. No. We don't need more enemies. You need less. You have to take off bite-sized chunks. Yeah. 7 seconds like a bull riding. You got to beat 7 seconds. By the way, that's not the record you want to beat. Yeah, we've got 2-3 groups on us. I don't even know. Look at it. I can't move. Maybe, yeah, it's like 3 groups, I think. Okay, we're collapsing around into a turtle shell. I'm like, F it.
And held.
Shot, held. I'm eating Skittles like it's my job. All these guys. There's no place for me to hide. I got guys from the left and the right. I thought this was going to be the team wipe right here.
I cannot
They want me hard, man. Look at this. I wish I had teleport. Get the hell out of there. Like jaunt. It's just uncontrolled chaos now. There we go. A little wormy.
I really don't want
Two-
to be in that
Mightless, you're so deep right now.
shit show right there.
Oh my God. Dude, there's this uncontrolled. There's two of you guys up there. I think Wednesday and I are trying to hold it down back here. This is where Mightless you die. All right, Primordius is up.
I think there's just too much particle effects or something. My powers aren't working.
Yeah, I was having this kind of graphic-y sort of glitching. Because my powers seemed to be ready, but I couldn't activate them. So I think this might be like a glitchy map or something. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta like frick it and go in there. Yeah, it's probably a good move that you pulled by going down there because it got people to shoot you instead of shooting me some more. You know, one other thing I'm noticing here is how much value Sinji was bringing to the team. Because it's really like having yet another controller on the squad. So really we had like between the pets and the two Doms and the controller, I mean we had four more control characters on this squad.
That was effed up. Oh, that guy just got freaking punked. Centurion.
Oh yeah, this is gonna get bad. Fucking Primordius. Look at he's just getting wrecked. You ever seen a stone tank just get melted? That's like the first time I think he did granite. You know it's serious when granite gets turned on. Held again. There's another freaking shadow field. I mean, there's a stacking this crap on you. Like there's a tar patch or two sitting there. I don't even know. It's just shooting us from across the freaking balcony. It's like we have no. All right, so here again, this is another problem. All right, I talked about this a little bit. Like I'm trying to face down these guys here. You know, like 1v1 me, bro. I'm not built as, you know, that's sort of a fighter, right? Meanwhile, I think the entire team is over here. But it's like I have to spend my controls in this direction because they're freaking shooting me. And we don't have any aggro management on these guys. One of the things I was reading with I think Linnea's post was that they recommend two tanks, like an off tank and your main tank, for stuff like this. Because if you have somebody else taunting or pulling this crap, that would help. But it looks like most of the team goes this way because there's another fight over to my left that you can't see. But I'm like, I got to try to contain this crap because look at this a-hole way back here. Shooting me. Jack's heading that way. I'm taking a 439 shot right now. So it's like I have no choice. But it also breaks my line of sight on the fight, which I don't like to do. Like, okay, where's everybody? There's guys coming up the freaking stairs. Where did they come from? I have no idea. We're still we're punching deeper. I got another effing stun. I think this Shadowfield again. Boom. Done.
Dude.
All right, I'm like, let me get these guys some control. Let me get to the team. I turn around, I'm like, oh shit, there's more guys coming. Let me get out of here. There's guys behind me, in front of me. Getting shot still. Getting shot again. I'm getting stunned.
We're effed.
Boom. That's it. These guys across the way, they're just like, you know what it reminds me of? It's like being at the carnival, right? And you go and you put your quarter in the BB guns there. And we're the targets on either side. There's like plink, plink, plink going away. They're winning prizes as they're plinking away at the freaking controller. They want the big stuffed animal.
Let's see if I can get up.
All right, try to get myself up because, you know, I want the team's already down 20% strength, so no point in making them try to res me. There's still guys coming up the damn stairs. I don't know where they came from. Is it a patrol? crap. I saw some more guys coming up.
Dude, oh.
Another huge hit. I don't know who's shooting me. I think this guy right in my face. I'm freaking surrounded by those stupid little shadow thingies. There's an EB there blasting away. I'm like, do I hold the stairs? This is crazy. Look at this guy. This guy. There's another freaking EBs coming up. There's all these little shadow freaking control things there. The what phantoms, whatever the hell they call those things. This is bad. There's actually multiple guys coming up the stairs now. Where are these guys coming from? Guys using Sonic shit on me. Sonic. Freaking resistance is getting shredded. Yeah, see, at this point, we keep losing containment. I don't mean controller containment. I mean just mob control. They're all over us in every direction.
Get up, I think. Oh, dude, don't bring him over here.
Oh my God. I was like, what are you doing?
Wobble, wobble. Oh no. Don't hit me again. Don't hit me again.
These guys, look at this.
Fucking hibernate this whole time.
This is the funniest part of the game. So at this point is when I finally realize or remember, I'm like, wait a minute, I got hibernate. I don't know if it would have saved me, whatever, because there would have been. I'm trying to think. Hey, when was I sitting there looking for a green or something like that in order to heal? Usually my deaths were either out of the blue, like bam, you get whaled, or in this map, it's more just getting stunned. I'm getting just worn down. There's not much I can do, especially if I'm mez. It's like it's game over. So it maybe would have saved me once. I don't know. So I don't. But it was funny. I'm like looking. Hey, I need some reses, and I didn't have any. But I saw. Oh shit! What's that power? I'm like, wait, that's hibernate. But it does give you some options because now you're going. Hey, I could go and take a little bit more risk. You know. Like this is what the first big room we just took on. Spoiler: this freaking map is full of these types of rooms. All right, check this out. So, anybody who doubts these missions or what our team is attempting, so what we've gone through so far, it's been pretty hectic. There's still 24 more of these big tough bosses that we got to go take down, and we've only been at it for like 9 minutes. So 9 minutes, we still have this much more to go. So these are like long, tough fights that you're going to be facing. So if you think you're just going to walk in here and cakewalk through these things, you're mistaken. Just be very strategic. All right, so let me get Primordius buffed up again. I think the one thing with Primordius I would have liked to see more is just kind of make sure the team is closer and ready to go. I don't know if he was panning his camera or whatever. I wasn't looking behind me, but I think a lot of times he's going in there first. So hey, great, you're your tank. That's your job. But if you're first and too far away, or you're going to be soloing for 5 seconds, like in his death in that last room, that was a few seconds of, nobody was ready to follow behind him. Oh yeah, that's the other thing about this damn map. Check this out. It's so misleading. All right, so you're looking down the hall. It looks pretty, simple, right? Big long hall. There's a group down in the end. Go get them. But there are these little, and there's like false doors, these closed doors here. But what is it? Here, I think. There are like open, or maybe it's this one, but anyway, there are like open doors that you gotta watch out for because there's guys in them. And I think that might have been one of our big problems we had later. But Primordius is pausing and he's looking. All right. But this guy looks like, what is it, patrolling? All right, this is when I summon. So again, I'm panning my camera like you see. So I'm in an animation lock. I'm summoning Jack. A different color that shows up better. So I'm summoning Jack. And while I'm locked in animation, I pan my camera because I want to see, what's around here. And sure enough, there's freaking guys in here. Right? So Primordius, I think, might have recognized that's why he kind of stopped and looked. Attacked this guy, took him out. And I think we go in there next. And remember, we still have a group down here. So you got to be careful. You got to get in here and take care of business. If you go past here and these guys spot you, they come out, you're in trouble. Now you got another group behind you, which has really been the problem that's gotten me killed, is people getting... So I'm either getting essentially one shot, or people get behind us, around us, and I just get peppered. Uh-oh, Mindless. You can do it. Survive. I just saved a life. Like, you kept calling out the big hits you were taking, I think.
Now that I realize I got frickin'... No.
Stunned, I'm disintegrating. These beam rifles are brutal. This is my third death on this map. It's crazy. My dog is whooping in the background.
That's what I get for saving the scrapper.
Yeah, exactly. I should just stayed out by the doorway. I got in the middle of that frickin' shooting gallery. No good deed goes unpunished. I don't know if this patrol... I don't know what hell happened out there. All of a sudden, there's guys in the hallway. Walkers. Okay, so yeah, it must have been patrol. But I think we got aggro from down the hall, too. This is getting savage. Got two groups. There's Mindless. You're down. Look at that. Bam. There it is. I think that's your first one. Look at this shit show out here. Okay. So here's what I think the issue may be. So I just got up. And I'm shielding and getting myself healed. There's a group out in the hall. I think it would have been better if we stayed in this room for a second and not get out here. Maybe bring these guys in, right? Because I'm just getting up. So essentially, you guys are at 80% capacity. And we've got this tight little door here, which would be perfect. So if there's a group of patrols coming, let's just bring them in and crush them. But we get out in the hall. We've got a patrol, apparently. Then this group that was down here gets aggroed on top of that. And I'm still kind of getting my shit together. Gamma Lock's in here. And I think Safe Word might be in here too. So maybe half your team is sitting in this thing getting our shit together. Wait, no, Safe Word's out in the hall. But I think we should just hang in this room and just pull this crap here. And maybe at this point, Mindless is like, hey, I better go down there and catch some aggro because we're getting hit. Yeah, it's like, now I'm seeing the problem. Like, oh shit, this is bad. So we don't have enough control in place yet. Mindless is down. Now Gamma's up there off tanking. Gamma's taking a lumping. Throw some frost works on him. the rebirth heal going, the regen. Yeah, you aggroed it right. Hey, TV's here. Two Primordists, what are you doing, bro? We don't have Mightless up. See how this is where I'm seeing an issue is that we're engaging another group until not before we have our team back together. And I don't know if that was, couldn't do anything about it, but I see that's what's. Let me go back here. All right, so we're just finishing up this group here. The group at the back seems, yeah, right there. Primordius goes in. I'm not sure why. If there was somebody still shooting us down there, right there. So we've got Scrapper John is down. And Primordius, we just are finishing up this group, and Primordius is diving into the next crew. I don't know if there was aggro. If these guys are lit up, but I don't think they're aggroed. I know this guy's confused, so maybe they are aggroed. I don't know. But Primordius goes in. So here's your problem, right? You're taking a fifth of your team and sending it in there. You got a fifth of your team laying dead over here. And your main control is still back here dealing with the problem. And now we have another one that's about to brew. I don't know what happens here. It's been a few days since I remember seeing this. At this point, guys, it's getting late, right? All of us are like kind of getting a little bit loopy, I think. All right. Okay, get him buffed up. Okay, everything's good. All right, he does a corner pull. That's good. Keeping shit contained in a tight space.
Oh, don't hide over there.
Don't hide, Mightless. All right, I think we got it. You didn't do the shoot and scoot correctly. All right, catch your breath, get your shit together. Buff up again. It's another one of these rooms, right? We got the same problem as the last. It's not as bad room, maybe. But again, here you go. You got this big open door. There's no place to hide. It's a shooting gallery. So, knowing what I know now, I would say you probably want a wormhole, let's say a chunk, and drop them over here and finish them quick before anybody else aggro. Maybe taunt and pull back around this corner where we just were. That could work. But if you go in here, you're going to have a problem because they're so spread out again, right? They're all over the place. There's guys up here. There's a freaking balcony up here, right? They're everywhere you get in there. And I think that's exactly what we end up doing. I don't know. Let's see. All right. I think he just, all right. Yeah. Corner pull. There you go. Look at that shit. See, this is like you have to start using smart techniques like this. Pulling is not a weakness. The idea of just running in there and being the statue in the middle of the room is going to get your whole team wiped. Yeah, man, I really wish I kind of had some kinetics here to prevent this knockdown. Yeah, here I'm like, yeah, let's start wormholing. The idea is coming. Let's wormhole. And that's when safe words like I can't TP them. They're resistant to it. I think that might have been the bubbles. Freaking patrol. Look at that shit. Yeah, I see they got the big old. What the fuck is Gremlin doing? Like, yeah, your gremlins were off the chain, Gamma Lock.
God, man, those gremlins are just stupid.
All right, shit's get. Now the problem is with that patrol, right? I don't know which way they went, so you can see them still moving in the back. But remember, there's a catwalk above us. So are they going up and then heading this way, away from us? Or are they heading up and coming around this way towards us, so that if they see some action down here, they start shooting? No idea. But this room is very risky. Yes, I think the wormhole was being blocked by this bubble back here. I don't know if it's protecting everybody, though, unless they have some special bullshit that buffing that they've been given. All right, so check out that freaking confusion again. That confusion. I mean, look how many effing people who's got confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know what the hell the cap is. Maybe 12. He's got about 10 to 12 guys confused at this point. That's huge. And how many times did Gamalok use confusion? A lot. Now, the bubble, though, I think protects from confusion. So I don't know if these guys are in it or not, but this is dominated confusion, so it might not be strong enough. The bubble might not be strong enough to protect. Gimmicky. Fuck. Oh shit! You see what you get? They're on to your gimmicky dom shit. That's what I comment as. So watch this. So he's got his little jumpy confused going. And back this up. It's like, all right. Camelot goes over to the right and does the confused jumping. There it goes, pop, 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 down the chain. The problem, I think it also aggroes. Yep, here comes boss. Say goodbye to Gamalok. Wait, he's got him confused too. Who gets you, Gamma? Damn, Gamma, you just got smoked. And then Primordius is in there trying to maybe save him. Primordius, get out of there. What happened to the plan? The plan, we had the pole plan. It's game over, man, game over. These guys are behind us now. This is ugly. And I hate when those reses make you unaffected, because then I can't get the shields on you right away. I don't know why I did this, but I'm like, F it. I think it's, at this point I'm like, it's getting a little late. I need to be more aggressive. I've got hibernate. I'm good. So I throw this snowstorm on them.
Have some fun too, and they're blowing the shit out of me.
That was a big mistake. You guys probably didn't know what I did. It's freaking disintegrating.
Disintegrating.
Yeah, you see that? You try to have a little bit of fun, and the enemy just starts blasting you. Dude, I can't imagine what this would be like playing one of my
Oh shit.
more debuffy, like poison or TA or something like that. I think I do have a TA, I think, coming up in this series. So running this with so it's more like attacking, aggressive, rather than kind of staying back. Even though Cold Dom can be pretty aggressive with sleet and stuff, but uh-oh, Mightless, where are you? Just drop some freaking patches. These guys are in behind us. They're like, where's this group coming from? Safe word's getting worked. Throw some rebirth out there. I think this is the patrol or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think you really got to stick to the perimeter of these maps. Yeah, they're just jumping down from above, guys. See all that shit? Watch this. One guy's coming down. They're like parachuting in. Fuck. So yeah, remember what I was saying before? We saw that patrol heading up those stairs over there. Maybe this is them. I don't know. They're just like rappelling down into the freaking mess. So, hey, where are they all coming from? It's probably that. They're probably all just jumping down. They saw fighting back here. Because, I'm hanging out here, right? I'm not taking any cover. Gamma lock's over here. I usually safe word is hovering. That's another risk if you're hovering. So let's say you're up here with hover. You're much closer line of sight. You're not, the way your camera works, you're mostly just visual straight ahead, like tunnel vision. You can't really pan up and see things too well. So boom, these guys are just coming down on us and raining shit on top of us. And meanwhile, your beef, who you're relying upon to hold aggro, they're over this way, down the hall where the fighting was. I don't know what the hell's going on back here. So this map is very dangerous for support characters. Oh, dangerous for everybody. Gamma's getting smoked. Yeah, playing electric control's got to be tough with this sort of thing because you really want to leverage your shit. You got to get up close. I swear these guys like repelling in. Okay, start raining death on them. Primordius is taking a lumping. I don't know where he is. There he is around the corner. See, Primordius has no idea what's happening back here. Try to get him buffed up. If it matters, he probably is shielded ready, but I'll throw some more on him. Yes, this is the idea right there. There's no hurting you're doing with this shit. Alright, I'm just like, F it. Forget the guys that are repelling behind us. I'm moving forward. Pets are back there trying to deal with it. Look, I just did a pain domination or whatever. There we go. I have the knockdown proc in my sleep. So if you see this guy's dropping after I throw it, that's why. More guys. Look, there's another fight already breaking out. Freaking held. Is that liquefy? Freaking force bubble. I hate that freaking force bubble. Kept pushing me back. So I think at this point we're just like, F it, let's get aggressive. Yeah, it's hard to play a ranged game with this. I don't know if it's this map or just these enemies, but just trying to hang back is hard because you got guys just coming from behind you all the time or above, and they have really good perception anyway. And the number of enemies is usually hitting I think the taunt cap. Especially if the enemy pulls any of their own pets out. Alright, so we still have, for what, 22 minutes into this at this point. Still have 18 more targets we're supposed to take down. So this is the kind of thing that you could see actually running out of time. And right here, look at this shit. Right, so I think we lost sight. So I just went back to see, did we skip anything? And something, yeah, we confirmed. So run back over this way. And to the right, there's a door. I don't know if Primordius didn't see it, saw it, or whatever. Here's Primordius out front. I see Mightless is looking there. Again, I'm seeing a speech bubble. Oh shit. I didn't look. I was just like, oh, let me catch up to the team. All right. Get some freaking controls out there again. I'm starting to take hits. I'm like, okay. And I'm messaging, hey, we missed a guy group back there. And then I pan. I'm like, oh shit, there's a group coming. Not a huge group, but there's some. They might have been part of a patrol or something. I don't know. All right, they go down pretty quick. But this is the problem with this map, is those little side rooms. Kind of tucked back in a nook. That just caught me a bunch of aggro, I think, because I just unloaded my cryonic down the hall. So I back up, try to get range. More liquefy from the... I had a lot of sonic debuffing or something. Noticed it a few times. Yeah, there's the slows. You can see that working. And now I'm starting to look over my shoulder. Is there another patrol coming? Shh, look at that. Effing almost one-shot me with his damn nuke. Dude, I would have loved to see the stats on this freaking mission. Insane. A lot of damage. Hey, look, another one of the rooms. So, again, we've got another room coming up. That's the high-risk room. We're doing okay in the hallway fights. But there you go again. Another big old open doorway. Spread out group. Catwalks above with people. Probably patrol. So this is going to be another dangerous encounter. Okay, this one actually looks safer than the other ones, but again, there I see above us there's right there. So above us over here is one of these catwalk thingies. But then right around the corner there's a group. And I don't know if they were in motion like a patrol or not. So there's a lot of like hidden danger. He's probably more just backing off. He's like, alright, let's not do that. Alright, he's gonna pull. Gets behind a pillar. Alright, breaking line of sight. Here they come. Now, as long as the pets don't screw this up. Alright, so these guys, because they like ranged, this is, again, where there's a potential problem. I think as a tank, you got to kind of do a double. So you maybe do your initial pull and dip. But then I think you need to do a little sneaky Pete and pop out taunts at some of these ranged fools and get them to come at you. Because if you do the initial one, pull type of thing, and you don't hit everybody or get everybody's aggro for that long, right? These guys, I think this guy is starting to line up us back here. Maybe it's a taunt cap, I don't know. They're shooting the pets, I think. Now these guys are freaking aggro. See, way in the back get us range crap, and they're coming around the back door here. What that is. It's a time guy right there in the background. Don't want to hit him with anything. Stupid Jack Frost is way out. No, Jack, you're aggroing right there. That's Jack's fault. Alright, so here you go. Again, I mentioned this already. Pets. Make this super dangerous because look what he's doing. He's aggroing this group back here who is fine. The rest of the team is over here. Does the rest of the team even know this happened? Probably not. They're about to find out, though. And I'm looking at it going, oh, you dumbass, Jack. And like, oh, hey, why don't you control them with your stupid thingies up here? Sure. Because I just saw him over there. It's too late. And if I wanted to play pet control, I would have played a mastermind. So I'm not even thinking about it. Shit's coming again. Incoming fire. Let me break line of sight. Look at it, Confused again. Confused is saving the day. Wormies going off. Fuck, look at this. Look at that, you guys. Did you see that shit? Alright, so we're fighting this crew. Everything's fine, everything's cool. And I pan over to the left. Look at this shit, Primordius. I don't know if Primordius taunted or what happened, but check that out. He's got a whole nother crew coming in. I don't know if he didn't see what was going on over here, or this group was already coming. He's like, I need to intercept it. You know, I don't know. It's another one of these effed up scenarios where shit's is coming from. Oh, and there's another guy I just saw behind me. What the hell? Let me check this out. Where'd that guy come from? Where is it? Pan over to the left. Okay, I just saw him in the back corner. There's somebody right over here in EB. I just saw him. So he's got time manipulation going as well. Saw him real quick for a second. So where did he come from? Is there another group with him? Alright, this group's taken care of. Primordius has got this handled. Alright, looks like we're good. Getting shot from something. I don't know if, oh, here he comes. This guy. Oh, I thought he wanted to wreck my face for a second there. Maybe he was a boss, not a EB. All right, we got this still going, but we still have 15 more targets. Yeah, Tanky goes right. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there. That was terrible. Okay. So, you know, we're finishing off this guy, right? Gamalok in trouble, so I'm like, let me buff. Like, that group is right there, right? So I don't know if Primordius never saw them, because remember, Primordius had originally gone over here and did that pull, while the rest of us were over here fighting that side group. So the team, we had line of sight on this shit over here, right? We saw it over here. Primordius might never have seen him, right? Because he was over here on the left side the whole time. So he turns his camera and sees, oh, open hallway, let me go. And he heads this way. Meanwhile, this group is sitting here going like, what? Did we just see a stone tank run by? Oh, shit. This is going to be hilarious. Yeah, this doesn't work. This doesn't turn out well. And I'm looking at that group and I'm like, okay, we're going to go that way. And I'm like, wait, Primordius, he's going to the right. What the hell? So I'm summoning all my shit, right? Because I'm like, all right. And as soon as I summon my stuff, they get spotted, which is bullshit because I've got Arctic fog on or whatever the hell. That's got stealth. They start aggroing on us. So that was BS. I don't know why that happened. Ready? Everything looks fine. And even Primordius might have aggroed back here already because I'm seeing fire. So no, it can't be Primordius because he's right here. That might just be one of their powers. Anyway, Primordius goes to the right. We're all looking to the left. I'm like, oh, we're going to go to the left. There's a fight. Let me get my pets out. So I summon them. Did somebody shoot at Primordius when he ran by? Yeah, I think they got aggroed maybe by Primordius. Because I just saw a flash of lightning. I think it was going after him. So I started summoning my stuff. So they might have been aggroed already. So they then just start shooting whatever they see. Yeah. Boom. Then it's on. You know, which way do you go now? Pets are all aggroing this shit. It's right in our face. Primordius getting effing murdered. So if you just follow Primordius, save the tank, then all of this crap is coming behind you. Or you stop and you take care of what this group is threatening, and Primordius hopefully recognizes it and gets his ass back over here. or circles back around the other side, but I don't think he does. And I think we stay here. So my Primarchus is effed. Let me see if I can help him. Like, oh, he's stunned. He's got another group. Oh my god. This is bad. Alright, so Primarchus is down again. Safe where it's like, I ain't going over there. Both ends. This is bad. Alright, level up buff. So circle around to Primordius. Although now it's safe where it's getting surrounded. That could have all been the same group. I don't know. Again, these groups are so spread out in this mission. That group could have been just around the whole back. But, you know, I think you see the problem. Whenever you split the team up and you lose 20% of your firepower or whatever it is, shit goes bad. That's why stuff like this is a great test for not just this thing, but if you take the average COH player out there who just is like, you know, glory hounding, I'm going to go on my own, they're going to get their ass handed to them on these missions. Because you got to stay as a team. None of the old, I'm going to hopscotch ahead 3 rooms while you guys clean up my trash in the back. I would love to see some of those people try this thing. I'm typing. I shouldn't type. Safe where it's getting killed. Yeah, see, again, we're starting fights. We're not all ready to go. But I think this is just a sign of us it's getting late, and we're like, F it, just keep going. Push it. It's been not even 30 minutes. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Terrible. Terrible move that I just did. Look at this. There's a lot of guys. Still got 14 more, I'm saying. Alright, so come around the corner. Safe where it's getting punished. I see everybody's here except for Primordius. So I go around. Start buffing. Alright, and I think my thought might have been this is a safe spot over here. There's nobody over here. Right? This whole area looks empty. So I think I'm like, oh, let me go over here. Instead of what we've been dealing with, the whole getting shot at range. So I'm trying to get myself some space, I think. It's typically the stuff's over on the right. So I'm like, all right, let me go to the left. Let me try to get some space. This is fine. These guys are shooting me. I gotta break some line of sight. Drop that. Let me go over here. Oh shit, there's guys coming from that side now. Let me go back around. You know, boom. Because I just dropped that freaking sleet, so I knew they were gonna come after me from the other side. Right here, I'm dropping pain. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'll stand in that and it'll give me some cover. Guys are coming every which way dead. I should have just stayed back in the damn hallway. It's a bad angle I took. Horrible. Look at me. I'm just being a ballsy controller now. Res right in the middle of that shit. But there was a lot of controls dropped already, so I was like, all right, I think it's safe to get up here. And I wasn't sure how that AE res worked. I figured it'd bring me up to full. But of course, it didn't. Invigorate power.
I think some of these groups got the new versions of powers or something, because I'm getting pulled by something.
Yeah, there was like, I don't know if they had black hole or whatever, but there was something was dragging me. All right, we've been at this mission for 30 solid minutes now. We're, I don't know, maybe halfway through the kill list. So, you know, it's gonna take you a good hour or so to probably clear it. So if you are gonna run these, make sure you understand the commitment that it's gonna take to. If you run with a team of 8, it's obviously gonna be easier. But the best of the worst is to play that way. That's a shitty angle on my cryonic too. Now there's a door to the left. I don't think it's open though. All right, another hall cleared. Buff and go. Circle back around. Take a peek up top. I don't see anything. By the way, if you are tanking, it's good to have those trail auras like you see Barbortus has, because it helps people follow you if you're, you know, your lead alpha. First floor was not done. It was still that group. So I'm answering that question. Safe word's getting wrecked again. Dude, yeah, look at us. We're engaging without the full team. I don't think we had much choice. Like there was patrol or something come towards this elevator. Again, I'm like, F it. I want to have some fun. So I pull. Get the rest of these guys coming. Try to help a little bit. Somebody hits me with some gas. I don't know what that is.
Something.
I'm stunned now. I don't know what that's hitting me. There's some cloud of something in the air right now. It's a tear gas or something. But that's in the arsenal set, I think. Side room. So I think at this point we're all kind of like, yeah, all right, we're gonna finish this, but you know, hey, I got to wrap it up, kind of a thing. And so I'm thinking, yeah, you know, I don't know if this test is gonna finish because we're gonna clear this map in another 15 minutes or something like that. You know, do I just call the test at that and that this is the test now? We run 1, 2, 3, 5. We're not gonna wipe. I mean, I don't know. So I'm just trying to keep laying pain on these guys from the doorway. I don't want to go in there again unless I have to. It's like, and these windows are weird because they block a lot of your visual, you know, input here. So I can't really see the names of the players or whatever. Normally I can, so it's hard to even see where's everybody. All right, looks good. Another big ass room. There we go. There's that tricky BS again. The confuse. Guys coming from the right. Lots of action happening on the left. I don't know what it is. All right, let me go take a look. Now I'm taking freaking heavy fire. Should have just stayed back. Oh, I see a problem. So again, we have bad positioning because we're all getting in deep, right? We got our tank is pulling behind this pillar, the LOS breaking. And a lot of guys came over this way, but we're still taking fire from range over here, which makes that hallway unsafe for, let's say, me or anybody squishy to stay back there. But then you got this other big group right here that's just waiting and probably going to aggro any second. And so now you got guys coming this way, guys are going to come around that way, guys behind you, to the left, right. And if a patrol walks through here, you're screwed. This guy's like behind me, shooting me. I'm like, all right, let me get over here. I see some kinetic shit in the distance. Oh yeah, look at this shit. Did you see the guy hit me from a mile away? Are you fucking kidding me? Look at this thing. Okay, I'm pretty much fine. Watch this cone or whatever comes in. Right there, this guy. I think this guy right here, this is his sonic cone, is coming right at me. Pretty sure that's what hits me first. Boom, 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 boom. That's just... And then bam. Right? This is what I'm saying. From the get-go, we got pinned in the corner. Right? Big room again. There's a group over here. The group's over here. We go around the corner, breaking line of sight behind the pillar. There's another group back there. We're taking heavy fire from this side because we can't just stand back here to support because these guys are seeing us. So I'm like, all right, I need to move in. I need to get, otherwise these guys are going to swarm me. So I move in, see what's going on, try to get a position, get some cover. And these guys are shooting you from a mile away anyway. You know, because we don't have a control, we don't have taunt, we don't have aggro on these guys. So this is where I think having a second person with a taunt or something makes it useful to get some control. Or this is where maybe you get somebody with some wormhole to grab these dudes, just dump them. But we're trying to maintain this one spawn at a time fight to kind of make the numbers a little bit easier. And these guys don't care, they got so many ranged attacks. See them activating back there, and I'm not sure why they're shooting me anyway. Like, I first get shot right there, get shot again by them, shot again by them. I think it's just because I'm there they're shooting me. I hit rebirth, get the regen going, hit again. So all the hits I'm taking are from behind me. Another one, another one. It's a combination of sonic and beam rifle just pummeling me. Here comes the big scream. Blam, 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 and then blam again, disintegrate, dead. That might have been Lancer shot or something. Dead. Alright, get back up. Shielding up. Getting shot again. I don't know why the fuck this shit. I think I might just be a victim of disintegrate. I used my hibernate the first time. We probably aggroed the other group behind us at this point. I don't like using these intangible powers like this. It takes you out of the fight too much. Trying to get a position outside of the middle of all this shit show. Yeah, I really don't like having to focus on a single person with this build. Oh yeah, I see another group coming in deep. Just saw them. Yeah, you can see these guys. I don't know if this was already here or it's another group coming, but you can see there's enemies coming, trucking around the corner here. It looks like Mightless is up there trying to hold that off. Primordius is still just trying to be... He's basically trying to be a magnet for everything, and there's just too much shit coming from too many directions. This guy, if he sizes me up, it's going to be a problem. Alright, so at this point, I have to do something about this guy, because I can't just leave him here, because he's going to freaking kill me if I do. But it's taking me away from the fight, which is way up there. And here comes another group patrol down the effing hall. So I'm like, alright, let me buff safe word. Let me get my damn pets out. I'm taking more effing damage. Who's shooting me? Another guy over here. Shredding my resistance. It says stray guys are just peppering the back row. I think Primordius is holding down the fort over here, maybe? The Gamma's over there. Alright, I think we finally got this room clean. There's another big room on the other side there. This is getting ugly. Alright. They're aggroed officially now back there. Tar patch. I can't move.
Oh no.
Another group aggroed. Trying to break line of sight. Something.
Get off this fucking tar patch. Eat it. Hammer him.
Just drop everything you got. I can't move. They're out of range of some of my attacks now. My cones, I can't reach them. Freaking Mightless, you're getting into this too much. So slow. Look at all this. It's like we're crawling.
Slowed by.
Look at this. What is that?
Just can't
Distortion field, I think.
see the effect.
I think it might be distortion field because you're seeing periodic holds.
So slow.
All right, shield up again. Primordius is pulling. He's getting ballsy. Look at that. I hit my rebirth. Barely does anything. Huge amounts of incoming fire. It's not looking good. Oh no. Now, check it out.
Rear.
Where did that shit come from? The other thing you're noticing, I don't know if there was anything in here, but there's a door here, side room, and I think another one here, side room. And then this shit, I think it's a patrol. And we're all focusing down this way. Slowed to death. Held.
Fucking punished.
Nothing I can do. That's it. Game over, man. Game over. Boom.
They punished.
Gamma locks down. Where are these guys coming from? Gamma locks up. I think somebody's coming out of that side room. Alright, I'm gonna try to get up and help safe word here. As long as I don't get...
Anymore.
Alright. Go hibernate mode. See if they can hold down the front for a minute.
What's going down, man?
Jesus Christ, here we go again. Look at this. This total just overwhelming force is coming at us now. This is like they baited us the whole time. Okay, I'll get up again. Let me see if I can get our tank to stay alive. Give him some shields. Do something. Try to kill some assholes. I don't know. Alright, I still got another one. Let me get up again. Nope, dead again. Well, we can't go down like this. Let me get up again.
I can do it. I can do it.
If I can get this damn thing to convert. It took me so damn long to get that conversion. There it is, guys. Just got effing swarmed. Jesus.
That was gross.
Brutal. Brutal ending. Brutal ending. I mean, there's nothing you could do. They're just too much aggro, too much overpull from the front, patrol from the rear. I think a side group came out. I don't know. There's a shit hitting you from everywhere. And then there's all this slowing going on. And again, our team got split, right? First, I got killed. You lose 20% of your power. Then Safeword gets split off to the rear to go take care of that aggro. There's 20% more. Gamma Lock goes down. You lose 20%. Right? So every time somebody's either split off, dying, whatever, your team's getting weaker and weaker. You got your tank holding out as long as they can. Your scrapper's holding out. I'm trying to get back up to do something. But even if I got up, I mean, there's still too much spread enemies everywhere. There's nothing else you could do. So this is where you need to try to take bite-sized morsels of these groups because there's just so many guys and they've got these crazy powers that they're wielding. And the thing is, like, the powers they're using are really the powers that, you as characters are using on them all the time. So this is kind of like, turn around is fair play, as they say. Well, anyway, gang, there you have it. That was the part 2 of Shimr's threat assessment, cold ice controller. Hopefully that was fun, crazy cool, whatever. And hey, I just saw Wednesday popped in. That was insane. Yeah, exactly. The slow, yeah, I didn't even think about the slow messing with your guys if they have minus recharge your domination. Just over the top. Nuts. But yeah, that was the end. So I want to rerun this, but here's the scary thing. Well, first of all, rerun it because I want to actually get the stats recorded correctly, not get that glitch. But the scary thing is this would actually be the second, not this specific one, but this level would be the second mission. So what I'm thinking is mission 1 is gonna be that tier 1. So essentially the first 3 missions we did is what I'm lumping as tier 1, basic kind of threat. And then tier 2 would be this next level up. There's no AVs, so it's just EVs. And then tier 3, if you get past this level of difficulty, that's when you start seeing the AVs jumping out. And then tier 4 is the, God mode attempt. But anyway, there you go. Crazy fun. So do it again, chop out some time, and see if you can even get past this one, because I think you can as long as you're patient with these missions. And that's where I think we ultimately kind of fell apart, was just patience was thin at this point. It was getting late. We'd been running for 2.5 hours or something like that at this point, 2 hours plus, beating on stuff. We're like having these slog fights, and the margin for mistake is 0 at this stage. All right, everybody, appreciate you for tuning in and checking this out. We'll get a repeat of this, and then once I establish those parameters for the testing to be more official, more reliable, then think about this, we'll have 9 more of these crazy ass things to do. I don't know who the hell's signing up for that, but if you're interested, let me know. You can either comment below, or if you're on the Best of the Worst Discord, let me know. I haven't done anything official on the forums yet announcing this particular series, but I'm going to put something together for that as well. But anyway, got ways to reach out. Let me know what you want to do if you're interested. Bring level 50. Bring your Incarnates. Find out what you're made of, but no other support tunes. It's just mine, because I want to see who is the superior supporter at the end of the day. Controller, defender, etc. All right. Have a good one. Take it easy. Peace out.